All right, go ahead.
Senator Chang, my name is Sid Moen. I serve as Director of Interfaith Action of Southwest Michigan. And on behalf of our selection committee, I'm delighted that you have been nominated to be our 2021 leader for the common good. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Certainly. As you know, elected and appointed officials often are critiqued because they're involved in matters of vested interest or have been engaged in promoting corporate financial gain. And yet we know that government was founded to be the insurer of the common good. As the 2021 leader for the common good, what in your background, I think, equipped you, instilled you with values for being a leader who promotes and works for the common good?
Well, first, thank you so much. I'm really grateful for this honor, and I just appreciate the work that you're doing in Southwest Michigan and so many critical social justice issues. Yeah, well, I'm a daughter of immigrants. So, my parents came here from Taiwan looking for a better opportunity. And honestly, I think that is sort of part of what grounds me and what has instilled in me a strong set of values. And knowing that I am a daughter of immigrants, I think that, and knowing that my parents came here believing in an America where there is opportunity and where there's equity and fairness and access, those are the same types of values that I try to work on as a legislator. So I think that being a daughter of immigrants, that's a piece of it. And then I also think, one of the things that's really amazing is that I have, it's a tremendous honor to be able to serve the district that I do, Detroit and Downriver. We just have some of the most amazing activists and leaders on critical social justice issues. And so honestly, they help keep me grounded and help keep me moving forward. So it's just really a joy, even through the tough times, to be able to work alongside them.
Well, you also have the distinction of being the first Asian American woman who has been elected to the state of Michigan legislature. What barriers as an Asian American woman did you face in your campaign, or do you face as a senator?
Yeah, well, thank you. I mean, it's something that I take very seriously. It's an honor. It obviously is not the reason necessarily that I ran to become the first, but I take it seriously, knowing that there are folks in the community who look to me as someone who uplifts issues affecting the Asian American community. I think in terms of barriers, there's always comments here and there that have happened over the years that, various things, some mostly just, out of ignorance and not necessarily ill intent, which is just part of being Asian American in the Midwest or just anywhere in the country, right? Really. So I have had a few instances where, one time there was a man who literally was questioning my Americanness in the lobby of the Senate. And then another time in 2018, when I was running for the Senate, actually on election day, where I had an opponent who was using racial slurs to describe me, so that I had to deal with that. But for the most part, honestly, it has been a good experience. Many people have been very welcoming. And, now I've been in the legislature for 6 years. So, have built some respect and trust among my colleagues. So I'm grateful for that. But, I think I do take it seriously. There's not that many Asian Americans in the legislature, but there are growing numbers. We are all doing what we can to really lift up some of the issues going on in the community, especially right now with many of the hate crimes that have been happening and throughout this pandemic, some of the rhetoric that we have continued to speak out against.
Well, you referenced your 6 years of work within the Senate and the House. As you look back over the past year, what are the policy successes that bring a smile to your face?
Yeah, well, one thing that there's a lot that I'm proud of, but one of the most recent things that I've been able to get done with the partnership of many people, that honestly, I was not sure if we were going to get it done, but we did, was in December. We did pass a statewide water shutoff moratorium that codified what was in an executive order last year. And it was a lot of work to get that done. And unfortunately, it did expire at the end of March. So we're back at it again. But honestly, to be able to get the current legislature with the the makeup of what it is, I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to get it done, but what we did was we really brought together faith leaders and the water providers and our water warriors and environmental groups and unlikely allies to be able to really push for this. And so honestly, it's one of the things I'm most proud of, because I don't know, most people probably don't know all of the behind the scenes work that we did to get it done, but it was a massive effort. And so, and we know that ensuring access to water is key to, public health, especially during this pandemic, because people can't wash their hands and stay safe from COVID if they don't have water.
And also a basic human right. As you well know, leaders never get to rest on their laurels. So past successes always give way to future challenges. As you think about the year ahead, what are the policy issues that are top of your agenda?
Sure. Well, one thing I will start off with that I know that Interfaith Action has been really active on is the issue of driver's licenses. This is something I've been working on for several years now. And really, the whole idea is to make sure that those who don't have a way to prove their identity with a photo ID or prove their legal presence are able to get a driver's license or ID. It's really, really important, especially, Michigan is very much a car state, and it's necessary to be able to get your kids to school, go to work, go grocery shopping, go to church, all of these things. So, but the other thing that's really important on this issue is that, it's also a huge safety issue on the road, as well as an issue for our economy. For me, of course, it really does come down to a human dignity issue. And so just continuing to push that because we know that it's a huge priority for the immigrant community, and we're going to keep working on it. The second thing I would note is that, especially today, as we are, still in this reckoning around racial justice, and so much work to do, even post Derek Chauvin trial. I think, one of the things that I'm spending a lot of time on these days is working on issues related to police accountability and transparency, building a bipartisan effort together with Roger Victory, who is from West Michigan. And so we're really excited. I think that, there's much change that's needed when it comes to our use of force policies, accountability systems, training, oversight, all of these areas. And so we've got a really great bipartisan package that we're hoping to introduce in the coming weeks, which we hope will make a difference. But there will be much more to do after that as well. And I think, we just have to remember that so many of our communities are hurting right now and in so much pain, and that we owe it to them to make sure that we truly have a justice system that works for everyone.
Thank you, Senator Chang. We are grateful for your leadership on behalf of the common good of all Michiganders. We're grateful that you have energy and passion not just to relish your successes, but are motivated to continue to be an assertive leader, a leader for justice, for human dignity, for human rights, for the common good of us all. So thank you. We congratulate you. We are honored by your service. Thank you.
Well, thank you, and keep up the amazing work.
All right, thanks.